Hello and welcome. So I managed to get hold of an Array 2S. This is the brand new head torch from Olight, and it's a really different design. I'm quite looking forward to having a look at it, so let's not waste time. Okay, so this says on the box that it's a hand wave controlled triple task headlamp. So yeah, it's quite a different design to Olight's normal stuff. That's the headlight. Okay, and there it is. Now, brutally honest assessment, first impressions wise, adjusting this head strap was a bit fiddly. I kept adjusting it, putting it on, it would sort of spring back to where it was, but there's a knack to it which I've just sussed, because you have to move the torch around as you move it around. So in that sense, trying to get it to fit your head, it took me about 20 seconds, don't get me wrong, it wasn't rocket science, but yeah, I just found it a little bit fiddly. But now it's on, it feels really secure, and the reason being is at the back here is the battery pack, and at the front is the torch. When I normally wear head torches, you know, most of them feel a little bit weighty on the front, especially the big ones. I don't like the big ones, but this is a 1000 luming head torch, and it feels like one of my dinky ones, which I much prefer the small ones. So comfort wise, you know, once you've got it adjusted, it feels okay. This headband is what they call it, like a non-sweat headband, but obviously you do sweat, but it's got little holes and things, so it will dry quickly. But yeah, now it's on, I can imagine running in this and it not moving at all. Them front ones, they tend to, you know, flap quite a bit on the front. But yeah, comfort wise, it almost feels like I'm not wearing it. So yeah, that's quite impressive. Okay, so let's test some of these features then. So this says it has a floodlight, a flood and spotlight, a red light and an SOS. Obviously it also has a lockout mode. It was locked, I've unlocked it. That's a simple press and hold. But just putting it on the lowest setting, that is the floodlight, and you've got 3 settings of that. It's very, very quick to change settings. And you just wave your hand in front of it to turn it up. That's pretty cool. and then double press. Yeah, turns on the flood and spotlight. We'll have a look at these when it's dark, but we're just looking at how it works at the moment. Wave your hand in front, down, up, down, up. That's quite cool, I like that. Double press again. There we go, red light. And again, 3 seconds of red light. And then double press again, and we're back to the first one, which is just the floodlight. And 1, 2, 3, triple press. Obviously 3s are distress, so that brings up the SOS mode. And back to normal. But yeah, this thing, the part on the front, and you look at that, that is tiny, really, really small. That's the sensor there for the hand waving thing. And the bit on the back where the battery goes, that's where all the weight is. That's quite a chunk on the back. But as I say, when it sits on your head, it's quite nicely balanced. When you turn this on the back has a red light. So if you're out, running, for example, in this kind of torch, not only have you got the light, but you've also essentially got a rear light, which is quite a good idea. This battery bank is a USB-C charger. Obviously we're connected down the side by this sort of curly cable, so as you stretch, it'll stretch with you depending on how fat your head is. But yeah, these little clips on the side hold it in place, and they've put in a couple of spares as well. They put in the USB-C charger. It feels very different to all the kind of Olight head torches that I've used before. But yeah, I'm not against it by any stretch. This is adjustable. If you can see that on there, it's adjustable at 60 degrees, I think. So it'll suit most tasks. And you got it on your head. You want it looking down, and you can have it looking down at your hands and at what you're doing. I think this is decent. I think it's not a bad work light, to be fair. Because if you were, I don't know, say you were doing something with your car and you've got your light on and you're all mucky, you just wave your hand. Sorry, dazzle you there. Yeah, you just wave your hand, turn up your light, and you can see what you're doing, and when you're done with it, you wave your hand and turn it down again. I think that's not a bad feature at all. Runtime on this is 30 hours maximum. 1000 lumens is the maximum brightness, and the beam distance is 140 meters. So it ticks a lot of boxes in terms of sort of power and battery and stuff. And as I say, I think this is a real multi-use light, because I think it, as I said, it's a decent work light. I think it's a decent runner's light. It's a big old battery on the back. It's going to last a fair amount of time. Having the rear light is a great safety feature for runners, and obviously it would make a good camping light because it's small and the battery's going to last a while. It's got IPX4 waterproofing. It's got a bit of drop resistance. The whole thing weighs just over 4 ounces, 4.5 ounces. So it's not the heaviest thing in the world. Yeah, I like the fact that it feels very small on the front. All the weight is on the back, so it does feel nicely balanced on your head. Like I say, it feels to me, some head torches you can really feel them pulling on the front, and when you move around, you can feel it bouncing a bit. But there's none of that from this. It's quite snug on your head. I thought this cable here, I thought maybe that would be annoying, but you don't really notice it. That's okay. Yeah, and the hand waving, I really like. Wave your hand up, turn it up, wave your hand down, bring it down again. I think that's really cool. But yeah, let's take it outside once it gets dark, and we'll have a proper look at the lights. But yeah, I'm reasonably impressed so far. Right, so we're on flood mode, and that is full brightness on flood mode. That's pretty good, to be fair, and that's a nice wide beam. So that's low on the flood mode. Let's try flood and spot. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you get the same floodlight, but you get that nice central spot. Let's turn it up. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can see that nice central circle. That's a pretty decent throw on there as well. So that's up on full power. Let's take a few steps back. And that is a decent throw. Yeah, really like that. And then we are on red. That is very bright. For a red light, that's pretty decent. And that on full beam on the red light. And that's almost too bright. That white wall is reflecting back, almost hurting my eyes. Yes, the low on the red light is a bit more friendly. Yeah, trying to do stuff in this red light against a white background, that's pretty bright. I think in the trees and stuff, it's be a little bit more friendly. I'll put all the stats on the screen now as to how bright we go in terms of lumens and stuff. I'm not going to read it out to you, but you can see for yourself. I do like the hand waving. I think that's super clever. See on the floor here, you know, you can really see what you're doing with the flood and the spot. You know, this is only on low, but it gives you that nice area of real light that you can work with. If you can see the red light at the back, you know, is that showing up nicely? Throw on that red light, you can see the fence through the trees there. That's pretty impressive, really. So there you go, folks. That is the Array 2S from Olight, and yeah, it's a different kind of head torch to what I'm used to. It's got lots of uses, and you know, it's a state-of-the-art thing. That hand waving, you know, to turn it up and to turn it down, that works really well, and I can see that being useful for, you know, if you've got gloves on, you know, if you're doing mucky stuff, if your hands are covered in crap, you know, I can see it being really handy. But yeah, it's quite intuitive. I say it's up to turn it up and down to push it down again. So yeah, they've done well on that. I'm quite impressed. But yeah, it's a comfortable head torch. It does everything it says it does. You know, can't say fairer than that. Cost, right? I don't know what they are normally, but Olight have got the Black Friday sale coming this week, and they're about 60 quid in the Black Friday sale. So I'm guessing they're probably about 90 normally. So if you are interested, now's the time to snap one up. But yeah, that is the Array 2S, and yeah, very good. Thanks for watching. See you soon.